Hello.
Hello, I'm here with Melissa and we're at the French Broad Food Co-op.
Yes.
We are at the Appalachian Herbalist Collective event today.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Tell us a little bit about your involvement with the collective, what you do.
Jeannie Dunn from Red Moon Herbs, who's fabulous. We love Jeannie. She is the most generous, amazing person, and she immediately started after Helene making medicine. Her family donated all this money, and anything, wipes and diapers and herbal medicine and fresh food, and was hauling water for people. And we just saw there's this huge need here at the co-op. Of course, I'm the HBC manager here, and I've been here for almost 26 years now, I think, total. And that's great. We have stuff that you can buy, but I know personally, probably half or more of my friends are either underemployed or unemployed right now. So wouldn't it be great to provide these medicines to the community? It just seemed like it all fell together. As somebody who's a buyer, I reached out to my people. Lupo has been within this industry for a long time, so she reached out to her people, and people just started sending stuff, sometimes pallets of stuff. This is our second one here. They're going out to Burnsville, Barnardsville, Tennessee, Marshall, like every Black Mountain and Swannanoa. And so just trying to get herbal medicine and supplements and things like that to the communities that need them.
What would you say that people are looking for when they come out to one of these pop-ups? Like what type of need do people usually, what type of remedy do people usually like want to address? Like, is it stress, respiratory, stuff like that, like that you're seeing?
It changes. That's the challenge of all this, is it? And it changes depending on where you are. If you have a community that has lots of mothers, it's going to be like nutritive and calming and sleep and things like that. If you've got, today we actually had interesting, people are looking for more like hormonal stuff.
Oh, okay.
What we prepared for was stress, grief, sleep issues and things like that. One of the things I started seeing, and it's one of my favorite formulas in there, it's an anti-infection tincture that one of my elders, Cascade Anderson Geller, shared the recipe with me and many others. Because what I was seeing is these constant infections. Like I would have 3 eye infections in one day, right?
Wow.
Because people weren't showering.
Right.
And then when they started showering,
all dirty and
it's the water was filled with bacteria. So I kept seeing cellulitis and secondary infections of things. So we're kind of trying to be prepared with all of it, honestly. But the stress and grief and shock and things like that are huge.
There are ready-made tinctures, and then you have your sort of make your own blend going on.
Yeah, that last time, we're not doing that in all the hubs because it's hard to move around, right? You've got these huge
jars,
32 ounce and gallon jars, but what we had access to these, and some of the companies sent those, and we were like, what if we just have a bar and people can tell us kind of what they've got going on? Some people can't do valerian, so maybe we do passion flower, right, or lemon balm or something. Our last one in October here, that was like the table. Everybody wanted to formulate their own, which is really fun. So yeah, we've done that for a lot of folks. A lot of herbalism has become, very much like regular modern medicine, right? Is that this, and I'm not at all against treating symptoms. Like sometimes you have to treat a symptom. If somebody's got a debilitating headache, please don't let them just sit in pain while you figure out what the core is, right? But that's also not ideal, right? We want to get to what the core level is. And so I think the more you can talk to someone and the more you can ask the right questions and you can figure out, because it really is, I'm not healing anybody. Plants are, right? Like I can help guide because I love and know plants, but it's really asking the right questions and having enough time to get to just have a conversation with people and see what's really going on for them. And sometimes it's as simple as, I didn't eat well and I've got a headache because my gut, and sometimes it's something else, it's whatever, change, lack of enzymes, whatever. And so the more you can sit with people and kind of talk and also have them be part of their healing. One of my favorite herbalists, and I don't even know if he's still with us, is Ryan Drum. He used to come out here a lot. He lives off of the coast of Vancouver. I can't remember what island. I used to buy seaweeds from him every year, and horsetail and nettles and all these things. And one of the things when he sees a patient clinically, he has them go out for the first time at least and harvest with them.
Oh, cool.
And I think it's such an empowered thing.
Yeah.
I can sit here on high and dispense the nettles,
Right,
you know,
exactly.
right? Or I can say, let me show you where it's at. Let me show you where it grows. You taking responsibility for your healing that way, and because you're starting a relationship with the plants, right? And there's no better way to heal, in my opinion. I became an herbalist in the crazy time. So back in the day, I was a single mom, so I couldn't take off an apprentice for 6 months with whoever.
Yeah.
And so I did Rosemary Gladstar's The Art and Science of Herbalism. And well, it wasn't even online then. How old am I? They sent you a notebook, and it was split into lessons. I still have it. You did all your studies and you did all your homework, and then there were questions at the back. And I wrote my questions down, and I put them in one of those big vanilla envelopes and sent it to Vermont. And they had Rosemary and some of her students and things checked it.
That's so cool.
And then sent it back to me.
That's so cool.
That's how old I am. Yeah, so that's how it started. I was really into flower essences and learning a little bit. My son being young and sick, having constant ear infections, that was a lot of why I got into it. And then I started working here, and it just exploded. I mean, I got to work with people like Roz and Paula. I mean, just lifelong plant people, you know, who taught me. I mean, vitamins. Vitamins aren't my thing. I'm a food and plant person, but it was astounding what she taught me. You know, I was just like, yeah, I guess a good food-based multi probably isn't bad, right? And it's even more complicated today. It's serapeptase and, you know, like berberine. Well, is that healthy to take?
The ginseng has it, right? No. The golden. Nope.
Golden seal.
Golden seal?
Golden
is that
seal,
the one with the berberine?
coptus.
Oh my god.
What is it? Golden seal, coptus, Oregon grape. I'm sure there's more. Indian bayberry. That's the other one. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely feel like it's best to take the whole plant. I don't know. For me, in my own body, I feel like I've had the best luck with just whole plant. You know, instead of like the extracted.
Yeah, standardized. Kind of. I totally agree. And there's this thing in our culture where we're terrified to be duped. And it's too big of a conversation to have here, but like it happened at the beginning of the pandemic where people were just like, terrain or germ theory. Well, both, right? I mean, that's how it is. And so people scream science, and I think science can be really cool, right? But we also know that there's money and influence in that science. And at the base of it, I believe that a lot of people who scream science forget that there's magic in this world, and there are things that we won't understand. And so, for instance, standardizing plants is a great example. You standardize a plant, we don't even know all the constituents in plants.
Right.
How can we, so we saw that with St. John's wort, right? They were like, oh no, you need hypericum. Oh, actually it's hypericin. Oh, you know what? Actually it's this. They did a study on turmeric because everybody was like curcumin, that's it. They took the curcumin out, and guess what? They had the same results.
Wow.
We don't even know all the constituents, much less have the wisdom to be able to say, this is the one you want.
Yeah.
And only that, right? And so I think that the answer for, well, why does it still work if there's no curcumin? We don't fully understand how plants work, and there is magic there, and that is wonderful. Like I'm a person who's delighted at not knowing. I'm delighted at that there's still surprises out there, right? And some people don't. They want to know. They don't want to waste their money. They want to know that there's 21% silymarin in their milk thistle, you know, because that's the only thing that's going to work. And I understand that need of like, what am I taking? Because we know sourcing isn't always great.
Yes.
We know that. I would love to tell people that, oh, every brand we carry is terrific. I'm constantly weeding things out. You cannot trust that stuff. Oh, you know, I have to ask those questions and dig. What are the sourcing? And that's why local is so lovely, because you know the people who are growing your plants. You know the medicine that's coming. So it's a big, huge conversation. But I think at the end of it, people aren't comfortable with what they don't know. They're not comfortable with the the magic, and I guess that's okay. I'm just delighted by it. I don't know why holy basil does all the wonderful things it does to me, but it does, and I'm okay with that.
Well, hopefully, like these, events will help with education and help people to learn more and get more comfortable with the herbal medicine. Talk to herbalists and be like, oh, okay, this is what it is. This is what a tincture is. This is what's in like a capsule. And this is what I need to look for, so they can be more informed about taking, maybe good quality herbal medicine. You have to be educated.
Yeah, and part of that is, I think, just trying some of these products, maybe opening it up to somebody who wouldn't have considered, maybe a turmeric before, or elderberry instead of getting a flu shot, or in combination with it, whatever their choice is, right?
Yes.
So yeah, that's my hope too. I think the more I fell in love with plants 30 years ago, and they've definitely changed my life. I think that we all should. Like, this is still the predominant medicine in the world. And I think, as we've seen, as insurance is less and the expenses are greater, we've got to find a better way. And I mean, it always starts with food, right? And I consider a lot of herbs food. If we all started there, I mean, what a difference it would make in our health. Eating dandelions and drinking nettle tea, and some of those simple, nourishing things are, astounding. Can make such a big difference.
Yeah. Thank you for chatting with us today.
You're welcome. Thank you for letting me be here.
All the links for the Appalachian Herbalist Collective will be in the description. And if you're in Asheville and you haven't been to the French Bod Food Co-op,
please come.
Please come. There's amazing bulk herbs.
Yes.
In
almost 600.
The back.
Herbs. Yes.
Yes.
It's the best room in town.
Yes. Also, tinctures and all kinds of other really, really great local makers and stuff like that. And also lots of tasty treats, but
Yes.
it's
lots of tasty treats.
It's a wonderful store. So yeah, I'll put the link for it too. You can go to their website. All right. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. That was wonderful.